So this is the latest start I've had since I came on this trail, and it's kind of because I'm dragging my feet. Today I'm probably going to hit the snow, and this is Friday, so we've got a long weekend of hot weather. I mean, into the 70s. And so if the snow is going to be a problem, it'll give it some time to consolidate if I drag my feet a little bit. At the trailhead in Pine, they'd taken the register out and just put a big placard in there saying, you know, end your hike here, basically. They don't want you up here, but I just have to go see. You know, I think I've tried to put all the intel together I could. I've called the Blue Ridge Ranger Station. You know, I'm just asking, is there 2 feet of snow or is there 10 feet of snow? And they pretty much, you know, have a canned speech, which is the roads aren't plowed and we really haven't been out there, so we don't know. I talked to a trail crew yesterday down here. They said it's here. But I don't know that they've been up there. You know, again, I just want to go see. I don't want to do anything stupid. I'm not going to snowshoe to Utah. I've done this trail before. If I hit way steep snow, I'll pull the pin. But I just want to go up there and see. Mike, the trail angel who took me, I met him at the restaurant in Pine, took me back to the trailhead. He's lived up here a while. He's a Michigan boy, but his daughter moved out here, so he moved out and loves to do this trail work. Great guy. Anyway, you know, he said what happens when the snow goes, it's mud. And somebody else told me there's 4 seasons out here: snow, mud, fire season, and then monsoons. And so I just want to go up and see what season we're in. And so today will tell. Probably another 15 miles, as crazy as it seems, because the weather's beautiful, drier than a bone down here, and supposedly in 1,000 feet and 15 miles, I'm going to be up to here in snow. So we'll find out. And if I am in snow, I'm never going to talk about this tent, so this is probably the best morning to talk about my tent. As you can see, it's not a Hillyberg, and I came off the trail in Sunflower after I'd ripped my Hillyberg. I called Hillyberg, tried to order a new Enon, and they're back ordered till July. Well, I can't wait till July to get to Utah, so you know, they said if you want one in July, basically you've got to order it now. Well, you've heard the old saying, I'm so old that I don't buy green bananas, so I'm not going to buy a tent around Easter that I may get on Independence Day. So I went on eBay. I found this tent, $60. Great deal, right? 2 inners, a solid and a mesh, hybrid poles, aluminum carbon fiber. But if you're old enough to watch or have listened to legendary radio personality Paul Harvey, you'll know that there's always a rest of the story. And the rest of the story with this is I didn't want to wait 5 days for this auction to end, so I thought I would flush out the other bidders, and so I kept bidding it up, and I became the successful bidder at $102.50. Well, then everybody pulled back and waited until the end, and I decided I would bid probably half what I could buy this tent for, so I put in like $230. I was willing to pay, but in the end, after having to wait 5 days, it went for $360. So I called Tarptent and I bought exactly what I wanted for $440. And I kind of like this tent. You know, it's almost half the price as an Enon, but there's a reason for that. You get what you pay for. You know, materials wise, it's probably not built out, but you know, the pitch locks on the ends, I didn't like those. I bought the sister or cousin to this thing that used just hiking poles. I can't even remember what the name of it is, in a Dyneema last year, and I sent it back. It was just too much fiddling. So I knew these pitch locks weren't going to work as advertised, but I stake them out. I staked out the end of my Hilleberg. The Hilleberg had one post down the center, and you had to stake it out anyway. So staking it out's not a problem. I really like the freestanding option, and you know, I stopped carrying my arch poles in my hiking poles because the aluminum they were just really too big to fit in there and come out real easy. But these carbon fiber poles are much smaller diameter, and I can actually fold them up, put them in a tube, put them in my hiking poles. So I don't even consider that weight on my tent. It's on my arms and I don't even feel it. The zipper poles are smaller. You know, on a Hilleberg they're bigger, and when you're cold and you've got Showa gloves on or whatever, it's much easier to get a hold of them. But I can mod that out and, you know, just put some elastic ties on that. I hate this little tie here that holds the door open, but I really didn't like the Hilleberg tie here. Actually, this little mechanism works better than the Hilleberg tie. The Hilleberg door opened and fell that way, out of the way. This I'm going to have to mod somehow and figure it out, but it actually seems more spacious inside, probably because I'm holding up the tent out here at these outriggers. So, you know, I think I'm going to like this tent. If I don't, you'll see it on eBay in July when I buy an Enon. The other thing, and again, this isn't a review because I've slept in this tent 4 nights. We're just getting to know each other. We're just dating. But it's been a pretty good first date, I have to say. And, you know, this ridge line here where the pole goes in with my Hilleberg, it was much more robust. So I never had to worry about it. If I'm in a windstorm, I take that pole, just shove it through, and on the other end, there was a stop. And with this one, you have to push the pole. This is a little more delicate, so you have to push the pole through gently, and then you got to go on the other side and find the little tab that it goes into and put it into it, and then pull it up. So that's kind of a hassle, but I'll probably get used to it. Again, I've only slept in this thing 4 nights, so I'm not knocking it at all. I may keep it even after this trip, and I really like some of the innovative designs of it. Of course, I bought the inner solid, which makes a huge difference when it's cold. So one of the coldest nights, Tuesday, this is Friday, Tuesday, and wind, I was glad to have this solid inner tent. And you know, when it's hot, you can open both doors. It's got 2 vestibules, so you can get a side wind through here. I really like this solid inner, and again, it feels more spacious inside. So this could be a winner for me. I don't know. We'll find out. Keep smiling. I got to get up the trail. Boy, day 27 starting out to be beautiful. Blue sky, warm. I just can't believe Snowmageddon is just ahead of me, but Again, we'll find out. So I ran into another hiker that's just doing pine to the top and back, in and out. But he drove down from Flagstaff, and he said the snow on the roads was, up to the top of the fence lines. Well, I'm from snow country. They plow those roads all winter long, and that road snow is much deeper than everything else because it's been piled up by trucks. So that doesn't tell you anything about what the snow conditions are in the woods themselves. So again, I said in other videos, don't get scared or blown off the trail by rumor. Go find out for yourself. Don't do anything stupid. Quitting is not a problem. There's always another day to hike, but don't go to all the logistics and expense of coming out on a long trail and then going home before you've actually seen that the conditions are what you've heard. It's coming. So this is the end of the Arizona Trail for me. So the Forest Service is right. Snow's up to here. Now you can walk across the top of it for 300 miles, but that's not what I signed up for. I've done the trail before. I'm happy to make it 482 miles this year, just an odd year. And really the purpose of the video series was to show people how beautiful the Arizona Trail is, and all you're going to see for the next 300 miles is an old man slogging through snow, probably post-holing on warm days. So that's not what it's all about. Actually, in a normal year, if you're watching this video and it's not 2023, in a normal year, you're going to get here, there's not going to be any snow, and it's pretty flat, really beautiful forest all the way to flag after flag, kind of like the Serengeti, American Serengeti grasslands across the Babbitt Ranch to the canyon, the incredible canyon. And then when you get up on the north rim, which they haven't even plowed the road yet this year, there's a beautiful forest up there. People are probably going to end up road walking to Jacobs Lake this year, but that forest has buffalo, some of the biggest mule deer in Arizona, turkey. In a normal year, it's a great trail. After you cross the road in Jacobs Lake, you're going to get into some sagebrush area and end up at the Utah border. So don't let this convince you not to hike the Arizona Trail. This is an odd year, and you're just not going to find the trail here. Looks like people are walking the power line. I can go back to Michigan and walk a power line, and then they're probably going to end up road walking. So I think what I'm going to do is turn around and go back to Pine, pull the pin. I've been taking 2 weeks off waiting for this weather, but I'm out of time. I could be waiting here till June, and I'm not willing to do that. So anyway, thanks for coming along. I'm gonna do some videos on gear I've used, and probably finishing up a video when I get back to Pine and see what I'm actually gonna do. Keep smiling. This is Beagle. I've been walking with him on the Arizona Trail all the way to my Utah, which was mile 482 this year. And we're both headed back for Pine. And he's from Flagstaff. I'm calling my wife and have her take me back to the mothership. So we're gonna throw in the towel on day 27. Actually, on the whole trek. It's a little disappointing, but overall it's been a eventful, if nothing else, 500-mile hike. And I met a guy from Bulgaria coming off the rim. He had taken 5 days off, went up to Flag, beefed up his gear because he was going really light and he was cold. He didn't have much of a bag. And he was going through, and I think a lot of people will attempt to just go through and walk over that snow. It's really not, you know, I mean, on the PCT, sometimes you have to do those miles in the Sierra and get over those passes, but it's really not part of the Arizona Trail on a regular basis, and I just see no point in trying to get through that snow. It's all about timing, but I think people even into May are going to have snow issues in the north. And it is disappointing to me because I have section hiked, besides through hiking the whole trail, section hiked the bottom 400 miles quite a bit, because you can do that just about every winter. But I was really looking forward to this upper 400 and in the canyon. So anyway, there'll be another day to hike. Everybody that's continuing on, good luck to you.